Hi everyone, welcome to my channel dedicated to learning Microsoft Fabric. My name is Fikrat. In last few videos, we have been exploring various control flow activities that can be used to build data integration pipelines. Today we are looking at two more control flow activities. That's append variable and the fail activities. Append variable activity allows you to add values to your existing array variable. So that way you can build your array variable so one step at a time. So if you have seen my set variable related video, that's another way of handling variables within your pipeline. The difference between set variable and append variable is that set variable allows you work with both scalar, so for example, string type or integer type variables and array type variables. Whereas append variable works exclusively with array type variables. So fail activity is another control flow activity. It allows you to intentionally fail your pipeline. So that could be useful in some scenarios where your pipeline wouldn't normally fail. So example could be your source table could be empty and you want your pipeline to fail and display some error. Or your source folder could be empty. I think the best way to use the append variable is within some kind of iterations where you can add um, individual items dynamically within iteration. So that could be within for each or until activity. So I'm gonna use the pipelines that I've created as part of learning if conditions and the filter activity. So that's lesson 11. If you haven't seen that, I would recommend to pause this video and take a look at that video. I would also put reference to that video in my description of this video. Okay, so let's jump into the. So here's a pipeline that we built in lesson 11. So let me walk you through this pipeline. It starts with get metadata activity, which checks my blob storage container. So let me just briefly open that. So this is a container. I have some folders and so I have some files here. And so we have child items metadata coming from there. So basically it produces list of all these child objects. And then the data is passed to filter. So filter activity just filters out anything that's not related to files. So basically it filters out folders. And finally, I have for each. So basically, output from filter is passed to for each activity. And for each file name from this collection, I have switch activity. And what the switch activity does, it checks file name for the matching with few options. So whether it contains Parquet, JSON or XML extension, and based on that, it will pass control flow to related copy activity. Now, before I proceed, let me add array type of variable to my pipeline. So I'll navigate to variables, and here I'll say Parquet file list. So I want to capture names of Parquet files that I receive within this iteration. So I'm going to say my data type is going to be array. And now I can switch to switch activity. And now within each flow, I can configure a separate append activity to add to some array. So I'll do that just for the data flow related to Parquet, but same can be done for any other data flow. So I have copy activity here. Now I'm gonna add append variable activity here. I'll switch to settings and first select the variable, so this my array variable. And for value, I'm going to select dynamic expression, which will represent my file name. So to remind you, so I have been using item expression, which represents each um, each record passed to for each collection. And from here, I'll add file name. So this is a field name that is passed to my for each activity. I'm gonna hit OK, and I'll return to for each activity. My switch activity checks these three file types, and I also describe that there's another data flow here, another branch here for each switch activity, which is by default. It's default. You don't have to set condition for that. So anything that does not match all this, any of these options, so case options, will be diverted to this flow. So here I'm going to add a fail activity. It's straightforward. So fail activity is straightforward. It requires message, error message, and error code. So I'm going to say unexpected file type as a message, and here I can assign any error code. So I'll just put 100, just an example. Let me just briefly show you content of my source folder again. Here I have JSON, Parquet, XML, but TXT file is something that I just added. And so I expect my fail activity to run on this when it encounters this file. Now let's add another for each activity to use array variables that I am building here. I'm gonna link these two activities on completion because I know that my first for each activity will fail. So for item collection of this, I'm gonna switch to variables and select Parquet file list variables I have created on the previous step. And within this, I'm gonna add copy activity. I'm gonna configure my blob storage connection. And the file name is going to be item expressions that we are passing to for each. Switch to destination. Destination is going to be external, and we'll use same connection. I'll just specify different folder, and I will use the same name. Okay, save and run this pipeline again. All right, my pipeline has completed. So let's just briefly examine the results. So as expected, one of my branches have failed. So we can examine error message here. So we have error message and error code. And I have for each activity. So let's just briefly examine. So it has two items. So obviously I had two Parquet files, and I can take a look at file names. So this is my first file name, and there is another file here. So this concludes today's sessions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next videos.